Let's chitty chitty bang bang. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. Today is December 25th, 2K25. So, happy Thursday, you beautiful people. Right now I'm spending the holidays by myself, which is pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. I know it sounds pretty nasty to say, oh, I'm all by myself on Christmas. Right now, in this moment, it is exactly what my body needs, what my brain needs, what my heart needs, and I'm not mad about it. What I am sad about, though, is that I have a lot of thoughts that I've been ruminating on and a bunch of feelings, and I would love to share it with loved ones and get all of this internal chatter out into the world and not keep it stuck in my head. But with the holidays, it's a little tricky because everyone's kind of in the middle of all their traditions right now. And usually by the end of the day, their social battery's kind of spent. And so, but I have you guys. So I figured why not make a video, whip out the handy dandy whiteboard, some Christmas themed dry erase markers, and a cup of coffee, and sit down, kind of reflect on 2025 and mentally prepare for 2026. Because 2025 whooped my tail. It did. If I were to describe 2025 in one word, the word would be grief, without a shadow of a doubt. From the beginning, off rip, I lost my job, I lost my apartment, I lost my car, then I lost my cat, I lost my relationships, I lost my finances, I lost my dignity, I lost my self-esteem, I lost a bunch of things due to my own self-sabotage. And it all just compounded one after another. No time to really breathe or fully process what occurred between one crisis and another. And also, now that I think about it, I'm in the exact same spot I was in this time last year. I'm in the exact same home, driving the exact same car, have the exact same amount of money. There's been really no growth there. And when I sit back and I reflect on what I want to do with my life, it is hard to put all of those goals into reality simply because there's one thing stopping me other than myself right now. And that I think, feel free to put your own opinions in the comments below. But I think the thing stopping me right now from doing anything is my nervous system. I think my nervous system is burnt out. I think it is firing at all cylinders. And the reason I think this is because everything feels like a threat. Anything outside of my comfort zone, anything outside of my control feels like a threat and like a danger, and there's too much unknown surrounding it for me to fully participate in anything in life, whether that's with relationships or professionally or whatever. Something as simple as going to the grocery store stresses me out because now I have to get ready to go to the grocery store, and that's exhausting. And I didn't mentally prepare to look a certain way, and getting in the car, making sure it has gas, and what I haven't taken good enough care of the car. And oh my God, now parking. Now I have to find parking. I have canceled so many plans due to me ruminating on the thought of parking alone and not feeling as though I'm going to find adequate parking, or thinking that my car will fit into a small parking spot. I feel as though if I can get my nervous system under control, parking lots won't seem so scary. I think that's a fair thought to have. I think that is a fair thought. So when I do look at the goals that I have for my life, and I look at the micro steps that it takes to accomplish each of these goals, looking at the steps alone is overwhelming. And I want to get to a point where I can even just look at the list. So let's make a different list. Let's come up with a list on how to reset our nervous system so that going into 2026, things are safe and I'm having healthy emotional reactions to things. And I'm not just emotionally shutting down or overreacting or throwing in the towel and then picking it back up a trillion bajillion times. Anyway, nervous system. Let's start with physically. There's so many aspects, I think, that play into our nervous system. But physically, there's got to be ways that we can get the zoomies out, that we can get the tension away from our shoulders and our hips and our lower back. And shockingly these days, my shins, I'm getting old, I think, because that has been a very recent development. But physically, every single day, we need to do boring things. Okay, boring is going to be our medicine right now. Every single day, I need to walk outside, unless it's raining. That'll be my only exception. Every single day, I need to make sure I am taking my dog and I am going outside and we are physically experiencing sun on our face and fresh air in our nostrils and getting our blood going. And hopefully that helps with some sort of physical zoomie. Another thing I should probably do every single day is stretch/yoga. Because even if I do go for a walk, we're still tense. Like, I think the walking helps with endorphins and vitamin D and all that stuff. But I need to find ways to release all of this compact energy. So yeah, we might circle back to physically, but for right now, we definitely need to walk outside every single day and we need to stretch every single day. I don't know how I feel about weight training every single day or taking a class every single day, but definitely walking outside and stretching. Now, the next thing I think that comes to mind when I think of my nervous system is mentally. What can we do to reset our nervous system? Mentally, boy, I don't know. I am mentally to reset my nervous system. I would say journal, but the problem with journaling is that takes a lot of effort and a lot of time, and I am always so scared of someone finding my journal and taking me out of context. But I do need to find a way to get this out, and maybe just posting a video as a little video journal entry, whether I make them public or private is like a day-to-day thing, but making a video or just speaking out loud, word vomiting. There you go. We're gonna word vomit every day together. We're gonna word vomit daily. And we're gonna talk about things that are scary and things that we're feeling and things that we want to do and accomplish, and maybe we can hold each other accountable, you know? But yeah, I need a word vomit, and I need someone to listen to me. I need myself to listen to me, you know? Especially on the days that we're posting the video private. That's a me-to-me conversation we need to have. So, word vomiting, I think, would be the equivalent of journaling, just, you know, with a public eye on top of it. But people like me, I think, need the accountability. So, mentally, we got to word vomit. Anything else I can do mentally? Meditate. Meditating sounds so lame. But learning to sit with my feelings, I guess, is wise. Even if it is boredom. And I have to learn to appreciate boredom. Boredom is the goal. To feel bored is the goal. It's going to be a boring year. Anyway, meditate. Oh, that sounds so lame. Meditate. All right. Let's move on. Emotionally. All right. Emotionally, how can we reset our nervous system? That is the dumbest question. Because I have absolutely no answer. How does somebody emotionally reset their nervous system? Am I supposed to cry every day? I don't know. Or how about we do the opposite? How about we seek joy? Okay. Emotionally, cultivate joy. Cultivate. Find a way to make yourself happy. whether that's crocheting or reading or watching TV or giving yourself like 2 minutes of credit. Prove to yourself that you have the ability to create joy for yourself. So I guess as proof to myself that even though I can get stressed or livid or sassy or whatever, that I have the tools and the ability to make myself happy, if nothing else. That things can be outside of my control, but I can still make joy for myself. So I think that'll be really, really important to cultivate into every day. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Spiritually, how can we reset our nervous system? I don't know, Jesus. I guess praying, like connecting with God, connecting with Jesus, like sitting down and like purposely like fostering and nurturing my relationship with Jesus. I think that would be really, really good for my nervous system. So nurturing my relationship with Jesus. Whatever that may look like for the day, right? It could just be praying. It could be studying. It could be watching or listening to a sermon or an explanation of a Bible chapter, verse, or whatever. But I think incorporating that and like keeping God as an anchor would be beneficial for my nervous system. Because at the end of the day, we really just need to learn how to self-regulate our feelings when the feelings feel really, really big. Someone like me, very emotional, very sensitive and very emotional, and I feel things at full spectrum. And knowing that there are going to be like these safe beacons that I can look to and I guess pull me back from either extreme and back to center. That's better than just kind of going into 2026 blindly without any sort of center. But the best way for me to like remember that I even have a center is to make sure I'm doing this every single day so that that instinct to become center and remain centered remains consistent. All right, so physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, we got some ways to regulate our nervous system. What about financially? I'm trying to hit all the leaves. Financially, I am starting to work a couple more hours at the gym. Thank goodness. So yeah, just save what you can. Save what you can. That'll make me feel responsible. Even if it's slow, even if it's not at all what people of my age are doing. I just want to prove to myself that I can, and that even if it's small, an investment in myself is an investment in myself. Yeah. Cool. So physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, any other lees, relationally. Ooh, that one's scary. How can I regulate myself when it comes to my relationships? It's something I can do every single day that helps me feel regulated with my friendships. Can I help you? Sorry, the puppies are being funny. I feel like my first instinct was hey, this made me think of you text. But doing that daily feels disingenuous, and it also feels like a lot of pressure because, like, what if I don't have something really, really cute that day to share that made me think of them, and then they feel a certain way? I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that. What can I do every single day that would make me feel good and would relationally make my loved ones feel really good? Reaching out is not a viable option because that's just going to stress me out. This one's hard. I think this one's so hard because it's the most out of my control. Like everything else we've talked about so far. Physically, I can control. Mentally, I control. Emotional, I control. Spiritual, I control. Financial, I control. Relational, what do I control within a relationship? Whew. How often I reach out. But what can I do every day? What do good friends do every day? That isn't annoying to the other person. I'll put a question mark. What do friends I'm already getting so overwhelmed looking at this list. The idea of having to do any of this. And I know everyone's advice is going to tell me to start with one at a time and all that good stuff, but starting one at a time doesn't ever feel good enough. I think I figured it out. Relationally, I just need to be present in community every single day. That is it. I don't have to do anything. I just have to be present. And I think one of the best ways to do that is to like do a gym class, maybe go to the library, find just like free events just to be around people. Like my presence matters. Showing up to someone's event makes the event host feel good that their event mattered and someone wanted to be there. And showing up to concerts makes an artist feel good, and showing up to parties makes the people there feel good. Showing up to the library makes people feel like they're a part of something. And going to the gym classes lets people feel like, oh, another familiar face. I'm not doing this alone. So, be in community. Be present in community. That's really scary. This is all scary. Because what if I'm going to let myself down? I know I shouldn't speak so negatively, and I only speak good into the universe. But that always just feels like I'm lying to myself. I know myself well enough to know I never really follow through on any of this kind of stuff. I don't really follow through on anything. But if I can do this every single day, then I'm proving to myself that I am reliable and that people can rely on me and that I'm trustworthy. And I won't have to be so scared of making friends and feeling like I'm going to let somebody down. Oh, this got sad. What can I do to work on my nervous system right now? Working through the sadness. I guess I can go for a walk. I guess I can pull out my yoga mat. I can continue word vomiting, but I don't know if it's helping me right now. I think meditating is one of the scarier things. I don't really just want to sit here and let my brain do what it wants to right now, because it's not in a happy place. I'm trying to cultivate joy just by making a video and having my coffee. And nurturing my relationship with Jesus. Jesus, I would love for you to step in and make this all feel so much easier. And financially, I mean, I haven't spent any money today, so that's good. And it's really hard to be in community right now because of Christmas, but tomorrow I will be. All right, nervous system reset checklist. I didn't even use my red marker. I don't know why this makes me so sad and so scared. I just don't want to continue proving to myself that I'm not reliable, I guess. And I think I'm just kind of setting myself up for failure here. And I get that you're supposed to give yourself grace, but I think it's really hard to give myself grace when I'm a grown woman struggling to walk outside, or to save $1 a day, or to make a friend and keep a friend. But 2026 will be better, I hope. And boring will become our medicine, and boring will become exciting, and boring will be proof that we grew. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you relate in any way or have any advice you'd be willing to offer, feel free to drop it down below. Let me know how you spent your holidays. Probably a little different than mine. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video at all, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, all of that good jazz. Know that I love you with all of my heart, and I'll catch you in my next video.